Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com. Told you I'm going to talk to you about things that have changed. You know, you're out there trying to figure things out. You're saying to yourself, Kevin, how do I know right from wrong, left to right, up and down, and all that? Because everything changes all the time. I mentioned it in the context of Roy Moore. People love Roy Moore. He was leading in the Alabama race for senator to replace Jeff Sessions. Suddenly he's derailed. They say, he dated younger women, and them women's was younger girls, and those girls was underaged and whatever else. 35 years a guy's been running for office, ran for office 8 times, and suddenly, in the biggest race of his life, something that would tip the balance of the Senate, keep it, firmly in the hands of Republicans, and that's not necessarily good. But in this case, Moore would be the best guy for the job. And suddenly, we got to deal with allegations that he's a Weinstein and a Kevin Spacey and all these other guys combined. Yeah, interesting timing. That's what most people say. So you're wondering, because and at first I heard, well, he's holding steady on the polling. He's still doing well. Then I heard he's losing now. I don't know. I'll tell you this. I stand firmly behind him. Firmly behind him. We've had rhinos calling for his resignation, all these different things. I hope this man not only survives, I hope he thrives. See, the thing is, we're never going to know what really happened because the allegations have been put out there. It's like if I were to see you and say, hey, I heard you molested your daughter. And you're like, what? Just the fact that somebody says that, there's going to be a certain percentage of people that go, wow, he did that. Just automatically. And if the harder you fight it, the more those people become ingrained. And then there are a bunch of people that may know you that would know you'd never do something like that. So that's what Judge Roy Moore is going through. People that are going, it didn't happen. We know it's a witch hunt, but there are people out there who want to believe that. They love believing that. There are people out there that love believing Hillary Clinton is not crooked, that Barack Obama was a competent president. And I could go on. They're lying to themselves. They're delusional. So we get caught in the middle because we're going, wait a minute, I'm supposed to trust the news. The news said that Roy Moore did this. Yeah, the Washington Post concocts a story that's 35 years old, and they treat it as if they've got multiple sources. They bring in women who work for Hillary Clinton and Michelle Obama to say this, and they want you to believe it. They will invest time, energy, and I'm talking serious money into making sure that they stay in power in this country. And if this works with Roy Moore, trust me when I tell you, trust and believe. If it works with Roy Moore, they will try this tactic on every Republican that wants to run. But if it doesn't work with Roy Moore, you're going to get more and more stellar candidates that run under the Republican banner. And probably the Democrat banner as well. We can only improve politics if Roy Moore is elected, and we can thwart this insurgent against him. Anyway, I want to shift gears because this is leading me into what I've been wanting to talk about with Keurig. See, the left usually win when it comes to boycotts. Think about years before where the left would threaten to boycott. That was the biggest tool of the black left, is to say, black people are going to boycott you. What was the first thing that was talked about with Kaepernick? We're going to boycott the NFL. Sorry, guys. That would be the conservative movement who'd already started boycotting the NFL. What legs did the NAACP get by boycotting the NFL and saying, if you don't give Colin Kaepernick a job, we're going to boycott you? Where's Colin Kaepernick? Yeah, still unemployed. But the blacks, the left, black left, the NAACP, all of them, whatever. You got your butts handed to you. And Colin Kaepernick isn't getting a job. They're not going to prove collusion among the NFL owners, because every one of them to a person, when they're accused of racism, will say, nice try. 70% of our league is black. We don't want Colin Kaepernick because he's a troublemaker. The only way to win in this league is when you have team unity. How are you going to have team unity when half the black players don't even agree with what he says? Most of them don't. What do you think my white players are saying? Should they have to stand up for the so-called social injustice of everybody? That's not what this league is about. My business doesn't run that way. That is not a requirement of any business in America, nor should it be. But let me tell you, this has huge ramifications for business. Keurig, who boycotted, who said, they listened to Mediaite, who said, we're boycotting Sean Hannity because he stands with Justice Roy Moore, and he doesn't believe it. And so we find him to be, reprehensible, and we want you to boycott him. And Keurig goes, we're going to go ahead and boycott Sean Hannity's show. And guess what? You responded. See, it's one thing for Keurig to sell a machine. They'll give you the machine. If you go to Keurig and you go, yeah, I have 50 employees and 100 employees, we'd like to get one of your machines, Keurig will send you a free machine. They're like Gillette. Give them the razor, sell them the blades. So Keurig says we're pulling our sponsorship of the Sean Hannity show. And normally, as I said, they win. But they stopped winning at some point. You guys remember when it happened. Hobby Lobby. They need to pay for my contraceptives. And Hobby Lobby says, look, we don't have to pay for anything. We're a private company, and we give entitlements in this form. And one of the entitlements is not birth control. And we're not paying for it. And their brand has stayed steady. Steve Green runs that company. It's probably one of the best run companies in the country. What about ChickFilA? Not open on Sundays, respecting their religious beliefs. You have a ChickFilA franchise, man, it's like printing money. They got beat up because their CEO talked about marriage being between a man and a woman. Nothing wrong with that. It's true. Didn't matter. You couldn't even get, you guys remember this, because I know I remember, the lines to get into ChickFilA are crazy long. Do me a favor. Go look at ChickFilA versus any fast food franchise and see which one does the best. With a day off for the Sabbath. So we've changed the dynamic of these things. The right is winning the battle of the bucks. Starbucks, I told you guys, suffered mightily when they challenged the right. CEO stepped down, Howard Schultz. Decided he was going to be mad about Donald Trump's travel ban, the same travel ban that was put in by Barack Obama. He didn't say a word. Target, important lesson about LGBT community and transgender, found out that people are not going to tolerate you giving special treatment to another group over any other group. We don't expect it. So these are tough lessons. And now we get the news of Keurig. Keurig CEO has apologized to employees following the backlash against the brand's decision to stop running ads during Sean Hannity's Fox News show. In a memo to his employees that was obtained by the Washington Post, Eric Wemple, CEO Bob Gamgort called Keurig's decision to explain its plan to pause its advertising with the Hannity show highly unusual and outside of company protocols. This gave the appearance of taking sides in an emotionally charged debate that escalated on Twitter and beyond over the weekend, which was not our intent, Gamgort wrote. Because they were taking sides. And the thing that you have to understand is for Keurig to come out and say, we acknowledge that we made a mistake and we want to correct. That's not just out of the goodness of their hearts. That was out of the people canceling the razor blades, the little coffee cups that you have to put in the machine. They'll give you the machine. They want to sell you the coffee. They get you on a repetitive thing. They also throw in a bunch of crap they want to experiment on and see if they can get it out there. It's an expensive way to do coffee. But it's a good way if you're just bringing people in as guests. You don't have to keep a pot going. You can make it as you want. The story came out right after that in the Huffington Post. It said Keurig machines were full of bacteria. I don't know if that's a hit piece by the HuffPo that says, why would you dare come out and retract what you said about the right? But he retracted it because of you. You showed the power of our dollars. People were tossing these Keurig machines out off their roofs and what have you. Good for you. That's the way we make them understand that we are the dominant people in society. Not these leftists. These are the people that got their hands out. You're not. I love this story. How long did it take? A day and a half for Keurig to fall on the sword. Psst. We'll be back.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.